Have you thought about starting a YouTube channel? Do you have a YouTube channel? I really like having mine. I like sharing other people's lives and what's important to them. Like right now, mine is trying to get back into some better shape, getting rid of some fat and inches, feeling better, more energized. And what I'm realizing is by recording the videos, I can look back at myself, see how I felt, see how my face looked, see how many days I was going on a walk, how many days I was lifting weights. And all that's important. You can write it down in a journal, but I've realized that by seeing my face and my emotions, I get more out of it. It takes me back to the day that I was in. If you don't want to publish your videos, you can leave them unlisted and share them with people that you want to share them with, or you can leave them private and they're just for you or whoever you choose to share it with. I just think it would be a great way to see progress. You could actually I'll notice in the video, like I can see my arms where they're flabby on the back. And what if in 6 months that's not so flabby or there's no flab? That's a great record of how you look. Yes, I've taken measurements before, not this time. Taken the measurements before, and while they are nice to look back at, I do have an album that I made of this date, this picture, my arms, my waist, my legs, all the different categories are listed. And I do like to look back at that because I'm not as far gone as when I started the very first time, kind of like somewhere in the middle. So that helps knowing I'm not starting completely over again. But I want to see how I look in 6 months, not just how I feel on paper. I'm watching several ladies that wear weighted vests and what their suggestions are, the different types of vests to use. I have two. One is 5 pounds and one is 10 pounds. And I've just started back 2 days ago wearing my 5-pound vest. And that doesn't sound like that much weight, and it really isn't until you think about like a 5-pound sack of potatoes. And if you carried that around with you, it would get heavy after a while. It is lighter on your shoulders than carrying it in your arms, but I have to start somewhere. And I watched a video this morning on this gal that's wearing barefoot shoes. And I started wearing a knockoff brand in January. I bought them on Amazon, and they take a little bit of adjustment when I wear them like off a paved path, like where there's going to be tree roots and rocks and sticks. You can really, really feel it. And sometimes it is actually painful. I don't know that that's something I would get used to, or if you just try to avoid walking on surfaces that are going to hurt your feet. She did say she had insoles, but she also has the actual barefoot brand. And she said she had to cut them to size for her feet, which she said wasn't a big deal. Mine have a very thin insole, and I can remove it. I haven't taken it out. But all these little things, these little tips and tricks that we learn from other people and we try them and they work, this is a great place to share that information. And I hope that some of you will consider letting me know if you're doing the same thing. Tell me about, your channel. If you want to start one, let me know that too. I'm for sure not a professional or have it all down, but what I do have is a love for it. I'm really, really enjoying documenting different things that I'm doing and how I'm spending my time. And my most important goal right now is getting back into better shape. I think this past 8 years has been the longest stretch of time where I have not exercised. I got into some bad habits after some surgeries, and one day rolled into the next, and the next month, and the next year, And then one day I woke up and I was like, oh my goodness, I really, really need to do something. So that's kind of where I'm at today.